Well, good morning. This morning's session is on fermented milk, which is Kefir, otherwise known as carbs and whey. And I did a session on the importance of probiotics in your system, and this is how I get most of my probiotics. I've got do fermented veggies and different juices as well that we can get into. But you can look up the importance of probiotics in your system. So this is Kefir, and you can see these are Kefir grains, right? Kind of like cottage cheese almost. Those are healthy grains. Those were raised in raw, organic, grass-fed milk. I don't recommend you use pasteurized milk. Hopefully you're in a state where the raw milk's legal, and I get it from a great source here. And I know I've been down to the farm and everything, so it's good. So anyways, you take these Kefir grains and you put them in a mason jar, just the whole amount, and you fill it up with your raw milk. And you can do different beverages too, so we can go into that later. So you put it in, and you fill it up just about all the way, and then you put a lid. I've got a lid like this, or you can just cover it with a paper towel and a rubber band, okay? And you set it in the cupboard. And this is, I set this in the cupboard, and in about 2 to 3 days, this is what you end up with. Kind of looks curdled curds, okay? And then after that, I let it sit for a few days, and then I just open it up and I stir it really well. Okay, give it a good stir. Now you don't want to use any metal utensils on this. It chemically reacts and it'll ruin your batch. And also, when you're making sure that your dishes are clean, and when I rinse this lid off, you'll see, don't use a chlorinated water or tap water, because chlorine will ruin your batch too, okay? So I put the lid on. It just takes a minute. Just shake it all out, okay? Because you want to save those grains. Alright, that's it. The last of it, drain a little. Okay, then I usually just take this lid off and I rinse it out. Okay. And then I take these grains, which they're leftover grains, and I fill this back up and I stick it in the cupboard. And I start all over with that. But once I get to this point, I put them in a mason jar. Excuse me. And then I put another lid on it, and I just set it in the cupboard. And 2 days later, I get this, okay? And this separates. This top are your curds, okay? I guess they call it curds because it's like curdled milk, but when you use raw milk, it just sours, okay? And it gets better and it ferments. When you use something else, it's just not the same product, okay? So anyways, and then on the bottom is your whey, and that's your pure whey protein. And this is what I use when I go to the gym, and when I do my days where I'm getting my muscle workout, I use that, okay? And what I do is I take this siphon tube and I just get down to the bottom, and I probably use about 4 or 5 ounces, and I've already got some in here. I'm going to make a shake this morning for a recovery shake, but we won't go into the shake. I've got a few different videos up of some really good shakes with the whey protein, and also just shakes without the whey protein. I don't always use that. I just do that on my days where I'm getting a good muscle workout. On my days where I do a boot camp or just cardio or high intensity interval training, I don't always use the whey, okay? So, and anyway, and that's pretty much it. That's that simple. And then you can eat this curds. Really good stuff. It gives it a consistency where it's pretty thick, right? And to me, that is really good. I can just eat it right out of the jar. I scoop off all the top, and then the bottom's left with your whey protein. So there you go. Really simple. Try to find yourself a good source for the Kefir grains. If you were here in Arizona, I'd give you some if you live near me. But anyways, try to find a good source and give it a try. I think you'll enjoy it, and you'll get some good probiotics in your system. Take care.